With Shazam Fury of the Gods now playing, which you will get a spoiler-free review of this weekend, prepare yourselves as I bring to you a re-review of one of the first films I actually reviewed when I started doing videos on Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, Shazam. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Duel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re-review of the 2019 superhero flick Shazam, released by Warner Bros. For New Line Cinema, along with DC Films, The Safran Company, and 7 Bucks Productions. This is the 7th installment of the DCEU, which might now be coming to an end now that James Gunn's taken over and starting off fresh. The film was directed by David F. Sandberg, who recently did Annabelle Creation before this, from a screenplay by Henry Gayden, who co-wrote the story with Darren Lemke. The film stars Zachary Levi, who plays the title character, along with Mark Strong, Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, and Djimon Honsou. Now, the film follows a teenager who is chosen by the ancient wizard Shazam to be his new champion by saying the name Shazam, allowing him to transform into an adult superhero with various superpowers. So Billy and his foster brother must discover, his new powers in order to stop the evil Dr. Thaddeus, Savannah, and the 7 deadly sins. This was such a big hit. Now, production of this film took place long back in the early 2000s. Well, it just never went through and what have you. They had Peter Siegel directing and had Dwayne Johnson on board as Black Adam, who, of course, he more recently played the character last year. Anyway, but it just never did make it off until it finally got, I'll tell you this. When Sandberg signed on to direct the film, and Levi was cast in October, with Asher Angel joining the following month, and then the principal photography began in early 2018, and wrapped filming in May of that year. This film was such a big success and everything. I really liked this film. Excuse me, everyone. Now, if you're ready, let's start this here extended re-review, because this will be longer than my original review, which I did 4 years ago. Yeah, because I originally reviewed Shazam in 2019 after I went and saw the film. So now I'm going to re-review this in order to promote the release of Shazam Fury of the Gods, its new sequel. Here's our story. In 1974, in upstate New York, young Thaddeus Savannah is riding in a car with his abusive father and brother Sid during a snowstorm. Being mocked and verbally harassed by them constantly, he is suddenly transported to the Rock of Eternity, a mystic temple located in another dimension. There he meets an ancient wizard named Shazam, who has spent centuries searching for someone pure of heart to bestow his power and name as champion. After the previous champion released the 7 deadly sins, Thaddeus is tempted by those sins, who promise him power if he will free them. The wizard deems Thaddeus unworthy and magically returns him to the car. Savannah's frustration and confusion leads to a vehicular accident which ends up with his father becoming paralyzed from the waist down and even more resentful towards him. Both he and Sid blame Thaddeus. The send Thaddeus a message via his 8-ball toy, a magic 8-ball, telling him to find him. In present-day Fawcett City, Philadelphia, 14-year-old foster child Billy Batson continually runs away from foster homes to search for his birth mother, from whom he became separated while at a carnival 10 years ago. He locks some police officers in a store and uses their computer to try finding his mother, which is unsuccessful. He is placed in a group home run by Victor and Rosa Vasquez with 5 other foster children: Mary Bromfield, Pedro Pena, Eugene Choi, Darla Dudley, and superhero enthusiast Freddie Freeman, who is handicapped. Elsewhere, an embittered Savannah succeeds in his lifelong quest to find a way back to the Rock of Eternity. He becomes a Sin's vessel when the eye fuses itself with his body and overpowers the wizard. He promptly uses his newfound powers to kill his father, brother, and Savannah Industries board of directors. Billy defends Frey from bullies at school and is chased into a subway where he is transported to the Rock of Eternity. And the wizard chooses Billy to be his new champion. And he asks by saying the name of the wizard. Yeah, this is probably one of the fun parts in my have used. I don't know your names. Like, my name is Shazam. It's like, are you for real? Say it! And, okay, Shazam and Billy transforms into an adult superhero. The wizard seemingly dies and leaves his magical staff behind. Frey is taken to Billy's confidence and helps him explore his newfound powers, which include superhuman strength, near invulnerability, and electricity manipulation. By saying Shazam again, he can transform back into his normal body. Frey posts viral videos of the new superhero, and Billy starts skipping school to use his powers to busk for money and fame. He gets into an argument with Frey after accidentally endangering and saving a bus full of people. Savannah arrives and demands that he surrender his powers. Billy discovers he is able to fly and escapes. He learns his biological mother's location and visits her, only to be heartbroken upon learning she abandoned him at the carnival after feeling inadequate as a young mother and no longer wanting him in her life. Alright, now for the ending, the final act. You know procedure, you have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. As I'm counting down, if you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Savannah deduces Billy's identity and takes his foster siblings hostage. Billy agrees to transfer his powers to Savannah in exchange for their safety. They go to the Rock of Eternity to use the wizard's staff to effect the transfer, but the children attack Savannah. Billy observes Savannah becomes vulnerable when all 7 sins leave his body. Savannah pursues them to a winter carnival and unleashes the sins upon the crowd. Remembering the wizard's words, Billy uses the staff to share his powers with his siblings, transforming them into adult superheroes like him, where he breaks the staff. The Shazam family battles against the sins while Billy faces down Savannah. Billy goads Envy into leaving Savannah vulnerable and recaptures them after forcefully pulling the eye out of Savannah's head. Billy and his siblings are all hailed as heroes. They return the sins to their prison and realize they can use the Rock of Eternity as their superhero headquarters. Billy finally accepts his foster parents and siblings as his real family. In his superhero form, he has lunch with his siblings at school, revealing to Frey's surprise that he is also invited Superman. End of story. Or is it? In a mid-credit scene, the imprisoned Savannah is approached by a talking caterpillar who proposes an alliance. And that's that. So, what did I think of Shazam? I will say it was a blast. I loved it. This was probably the second best DCEU film I had seen since Wonder Woman came out. This film was released in April of 2019 and became such a big hit, grossing $366 million worldwide. It received positive reviews from the critics. It praised Sandberg's direction and the performances of Zachary Levi, Asher Angel, and Jack Dylan Grazer, as well as its generally light tone and sense of fun. I have to say, this was absolutely fun. It actually kind of follows like the comics and why. Well, the current comics DC had put out, which was Billy Batson and the Magic of Shazam. which I've looked at some of those comics, never bought an actual copy, but I've looked at them though. Anyway, it was so good. I got the film on DVD. It was released on physical media in July later on. It became a big seller. Now then, the film made 140 million here in the U.S. and 225 million in overseas. Well, 140 million for both the U.S. and Canada overall. My apologies if I, you know. Anyway, the film was released alongside The Best of Enemies and the Pet Sematary remake. But I gotta tell you, this film opened big than what the critics had anticipated, what it was projected to make. 40 to 50 million. So it opened with a wee bit over 50 million. Anyway, where it was the number one movie for 2 weeks. And it still did pretty well. Even after other superhero films would follow, like Avengers Endgame and Captain Marvel. Well, which of course, Captain Marvel was actually the original name for Shazam, but well, since Marvel actually has that name, it's Shazam now. And I was cool with that. Now, according to some of the reviews, the film is at 90% certified fresh on the tomato meter. According to Rotten Tomatoes, they say it's an effortlessly entertaining blend of humor and heart. The film is a superhero movie that never forgets the genre's real power, joyous wish fulfillment. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's really something. Nick Allen of RogerEbert.com says that while the film is goofier and darker than it may look, you'll wish its superhero came with a little more spark. I will agree with that anyways, but nevertheless, the film was absolutely incredible. I really did like it. It was good. It had some pretty good music in my view. Benjamin Wallfish did the score, which that wasn't too bad. But at this point, I like the story and what have you. The movie was just so incredible, but I gotta give credit to the actual stars of the film. Playing Shazam is Zachary Levi, who of course you know best as TV's Chuck, and he's done some other films before this. He was absolutely incredible. Billy Batson is played by Asher Angel, who most people knew him best from Disney Channel's Andy Mack series. Next, we have Dr. Thaddeus Savannah, who is played by Mark Strong. Which, of course, this would be his second attempt at a DC film after playing Sinestro in Green Lantern 8 years before this. Which I know that wasn't, well received and what have you, but I'm going to try and get off that subject. Jack Dylan Grazer plays Freddie Freeman. I gotta say, he did a great job. Now, he's appeared on TV and in a few films and what have you. He recently played Eddie in the recent, young Eddie Kaspbrak in It a couple years before this, and also in the flashback in It Chapter 2, which was released the same year. So, that was pretty cool. Brody plays his adult superhero form. Djimon Honsou plays the wizard Shazam. He was incredible. He previously voiced King Roku of The Fisherman in the Aquaman animated film. No, not the animated. In the Aquaman film the previous year. I'm sorry. No, there was no solo Aquaman film by that title, just the movie. My apologies. Yeah, he was pretty good. As for the rest, Faith Herman played Darla Dudley. She was good, while Megan Good played her adult superhero form. Grace Fulton played Mary. She was good. Michelle Bort played her adult superhero form. Ian Chen played Eugene Choi, and Ross Butler played his adult superhero form. Jovan Armand played Pedro, and DJ Catrona played his adult superhero form. Mara Milans played Rosa Vasquez, and Cooper Andrews played Victor Vasquez. Really something. Now, another fun fact something pretty surprising you'll see, Thaddeus Savannah's estranged father is played by John Glover, who recently played the crazed Dr. Jason Woodrue in Batman and Robin in 1997, and also as Lionel Luthor, Lex Luthor's dad, on TV's Smallville. He also recently voiced the Riddler in Batman the Animated Series as well. So as you know, this wasn't his first time. So thought you all know that too. So anyway, I thought Shazam was so incredible. It was awesome, and I really love it. It's still one of the greats. Of course, we finally would get the Black Adam spinoff last year, and now we've got its new sequel, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which unfortunately is now at Rotten with 58% last time I checked. I wish this the best of luck and what have you. I don't know if it'll get as good response as its predecessor, but even if it doesn't, I understand. But I'll still give this film props for what it has. We'll see when I review it. So, with everything said, would I recommend Shazam? I would say hell yeah. Check this film out. You will absolutely enjoy it for what it has to offer. So what did you think of Shazam? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned as I'll be revisiting the Shazam Saturday morning live-action series from 1974 in the next Saturday morning TV log, which will be a special event called Saturday Morning TV Log Revisited. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, check out my reviews for these other DC flicks. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was much better than the theatrical film. In the upper right-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of Wonder Woman 1984 from 2020. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review of Black Adam from last year. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.